After criticisms from different quarters, the Apex Court has scrapped the law formulated by provincial governments that had provisioned monthly salaries to local level people's representatives. The verdict has come following a writ petition citing the acts in this regard formulated by provincial governments violated constitutional provisions. Good morning, I'm Amar Singh Pradhan. Let's begin with the top stories this hour. Nepali Congress defends lawmaker Alam, who is arrested for serious criminal charges. Congress President Deuba alleges government of hatching conspiracy against the NC lawmaker. Rampant irregularities on the part of suppliers of construction materials reported, as many as 23 depot operators arrested in the capital. At least 62 people have been killed and dozens injured in a bomb blast during Friday prayers at a mosque in Afghanistan. And two more matches to be played at the Women's Champions League. Chitwan Rhinos to face Pokhara Poltons, while Cat Queens Kathmandu up against Biratnagar Titans. Let's begin with national political updates. The Constitutional Bench of the Supreme Court has scrapped the law formulated by provincial governments that provisioned monthly salaries to local level people's representatives. The Apex Court has annulled the law, citing that it contradicted with the Constitution following a writ filed by Advocate Lokendra Oli. 6 provincial governments, except for Province 1, had enacted the law provisioning salaries to the people's representatives. As per the court's ruling, the provisions under the acts formulated by the provincial governments have been scrapped, as it contradicts with the Article 227 and Sub-Article 8 of Article 220 of the Constitution of Nepal. Likewise, the court's verdict has annulled the word remuneration mentioned in the Clause 10 of acts articulated by Province 2 and 5. Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba has alleged the government of conspiring against NC lawmaker Mohammad Aftab Alam, who was elected from Rautahad constituency 2. Deuba argued that the government, with ill intention, has resurrected a 12-year-old case to trap lawmaker Alam. The police last Sunday had arrested Alam on allegations of being the mastermind behind the bomb blast in Rajapur in the year 2007. Deuba made the remarks during a 2-day training session of local level cadres. Deuba also said that his party was closely monitoring the case and that he was confident regarding justice delivery for Alam. Deuba also charged the government of taking unilateral decisions riding on a 2/3 majority and that the government had already achieved the status of dictatorship. During the training session hosted in Bhaktapur's Bode, NC Senior Leader Ram Chandra Paudel, NC Vice President Bimlendra Nidhi and General Secretary Sasanka Koirala too flayed the modus operandi of the Oli-led government. Co-chairman of the ruling Nepal Communist Party, Pushpa Kamal Dahal, has made differing statements during the past week to raise varying speculations among the political sphere. In the past 7 days, co-chairman Dahal interestingly made 3 different statements. On Sunday, during a tea reception held by the main opposition Nepali Congress, Dahal went on to claim of changes in political equation. The statement was ambiguous as it created quite a few ripples in the political fraternity. On Thursday, he reached his hometown Chitwan, where he spoke of a need to wage one more revolution to transform the ruling party into a genuine communist party to seek socialism, and for which he hinted that he needed to be at the executive position of the government. And yesterday, Dahal was in Dhangadi, where amid speculations of cabinet reshuffle, Dahal told the reporters not to ask him anything on the issue, claiming that the Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli has not consulted him on the important issue of cabinet reshuffle. The political analysts feel that the 3 different remarks made by Dahal speaks volume about the fact that he finds himself sidelined in the ruling party, compelling him to make weird statements about his neglected mentality. Consumers are often deceived when it comes to quality and quantity of construction materials. However, many consumers are not even aware that they are being cheated by the suppliers themselves while delivering such materials. It's been revealed that the suppliers of sand and concretes have been involved in the irregularities to the plight of general consumers. Meanwhile, the Metropolitan Police Range in the capital took into custody a number of mini trucks involved in supplying raw materials for the construction of different infrastructures. The operators of the vehicles are found to have been cheating on the quantity of materials such as sand, concretes and iron, among other, meant for the construction of public infrastructure projects. This indicates the extent of irregularities while supplying materials for common consumers. As per a study, an individual is deceived a minimum 100,000 rupees during the supply of concretes and sand for constructing a house in 3 annas of land. The police have also arrested some groups of hooligans involved in deceiving the public through forceful means. There are as many as 1,200 mini trucks that supply construction materials, while hundreds of projects are under construction on a daily basis. However, the concerned authority have remained indifferent though the suppliers have been deceiving tens of millions of rupees from consumers and even during construction of public infrastructures. The community schools in Karnali's remote district Jajarkot are in a sorry state due to the lack of even basic infrastructures. The schools even lack a minimum number of teachers to go about daily studies for students, although the government has announced free education up to the secondary level classes. As the buildings of the community school are in a dilapidated state, the students are forced to attend classes without even the basic required textbooks. This has hampered the progress in the education of the students in the remote rural areas. Likewise, there are not even postings for subject teachers in a majority of community schools in Jajarkot. Likewise, the students are also devoid of basic facilities such as libraries and computers at the community schools. Although the government has pledged to distribute even sanitary pads at the schools, many do not even have basic toilets. There are 86 secondary, 54 lower secondary and 414 primary level schools in Jajarkot. However, almost all of them are reeling under the lack of basic infrastructures, teachers and study materials, to which the concerned authority has remained indifferent. A center that came into operation 2 years ago has been a very important place for undergoing various kinds of scientific inventions. The center has been established inside the premises of the Tribhuvan University at Kantipur with a private investment. The government, however, has been turning a blind eye to this important campaign that bears potential for the nation's development. The Invention Center has been established with the initiation of Nepali scientist Mahavir Pun and is the only national invention center in the country. A variety of equipments including drones meant for carrying medicines and tools to get rid of monkeys wreaking havoc to farmers are manufactured in the center. Tools for making many daily meals along with the ones utilized for preserving vegetables and fruits for a long period of time are manufactured in the center. The center is in fact the best example that exhibits the capabilities of Nepali experts in undergoing technological inventions which are highly beneficial for the society and the country. Nepal has lagged behind in scientific advancements due to the prevailing tendency of being dependent on foreign countries on almost every sector. In this context, the Invention Center can prove to be a significant means for the country's overall development and also to retain thousands of youths vying for foreign employment in the country itself. And in our Public Voice segment, we had asked the residents of Udaipur, one of 14 districts of Province 1 in eastern Nepal, why hasn't the trend of cheating passengers with exorbitant fares during festivals like Dasai and Tihar not come under control? Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Public Voice.
मौकाको फाइदा उठाएको गाडी घोडाले पनि र जनताहरुको चाहिँ अब सोझा जनताहरुलाई अब के रे हेपेर यसरी चाहिँ किनभनेदेखि भाडा बढी असुल्ने गरेका छन्
आफ्नो भन्ने ठाउँमा जानै पर्ने हुन्छ अब जति भाडा भन् तिरेर जानै पर्ने भो त्यही कारणले गर्दा चाहिँ उनीहरुले त्यस्तो गरेको हो
प्रशासनले पनि आफ्नो कमाई खोज्छ आफ्नो ठाउँतिर गाडीवालाले पनि आफ्नो कमाई आफ्नो ठाउँतिर खोज्छ मौका यही हो मौका मिलाको उनीहरुले
प्यासेन्जरको चाप मान्छेहरु धेरै गाडीमा चढ्ने हुँदाखेरि अब सम्बन्धित मान्छेहरुले पनि अब केयर नगरेको अवस्था छ
सीट भए पनि नदिने र धेरै पैसा लिएर अनि सीट वितरण गर्ने
यात्रीहरुको एउटा बाध्यता
हैन जानै पर्ने र उनीहरूले त्यतिखेर चाहिँ उनीहरूले के त पेसेन्जर धेरै हुन्छ गए जा नगए अरू पेसेन्जर सधैँ उनीहरूको ढुक्क हुन्छ कि
तोकिदियोस् यहाँसम्मको यति हो भनेर नगरपालिका अथवा सरकारले अनि बल्ल जनता पनि केही उसमा पर्ने थिए सुविधामा
And it's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where it texts us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
And your question is, why have community colleges established with the aim of making profit become crisis region? Your options are A, no managerial capacity, option B, lack of resources, and option C, poor academic standard. The voting for the question is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And let's move on to sports update.
Sports news.
2 more matches are being played in the ongoing Women's Champions League later today. Chitwan Rhinos will face Pokhara Paltans in the first match, while Cat Queens Kathmandu will take on Biratnagar Titans in the second match of the day. Chitwan Rhinos will be looking to stretch the unbeaten run in the tournament, having won both their earlier matches. On the other hand, Pokhara Paltans will be looking to better their performance as they have lost their both earlier matches. Chitwan had defeated Cat Queens by 5 wickets in the first match, followed by the 89 runs victory over Lalitpur Falcons yesterday. Likewise, the other informed team of the tournament, Biratnagar Titans, will take on Cat Queens Kathmandu in the second match of the day. Biratnagar will confirm their place in the playoff if they manage to win their match against Kathmandu. And it's now time for our special segment, Media Watch.
Chinese President Xi Jinping arrived in Kathmandu on Saturday, 12th of October, on a 2-day official visit to Nepal at the invitation of President Vidyadevi Bhandari. It was the first presidential-level visit from the northern neighbor in 23 years. The last Chinese president to visit Nepal was Jiang Zemin in 1996. President Xi met President Bhandari, Vice President Nandabahadur Pun, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, Co-Chairman of Nepal Communist Party Pushpakamal Dahal, President of Nepali Congress Sher Bahadur Deuba, and other political leaders and high-ranking officials during his stay in Nepal. Nepal and China forged 4 agreements and memorandum of understandings on 14 different bilateral projects during Chinese President Xi's visit to Nepal. Agreements were reached in advanced feasibility study of the Kerun-Kathmandu Railway, construction of tunnelways, and the expansion of Ayurvedic treatment plants. Chinese President Xi also pledged to provide necessary assistance to transform Nepal to a land-linked country from a landlocked country. President Xi also vowed to set up a multifaceted connectivity network between Nepal and China by opening up as many Himalayan transits as possible. President Xi also announced that the feasibility study of the cross-border rail network would soon start and ensured the efficient operation of the Arniko Highway. Chinese President Xi wrapped up his 2-day official visit to Nepal and returned home on Sunday. Nepali Congress lawmaker and former Minister Aftab Alam, who is accused of murder, was arrested on Sunday from Rajpur municipality of Rohtahat district. Alam is accused of his involvement in a bomb explosion in Rajpur, Kharadawa on 9th of April 2008. The district court of Rohtahat on Tuesday allowed to keep Alam under police custody for an additional 7 days for further investigations. Likewise, lawmaker Pramod Shah was arrested on Tuesday for allegedly vandalizing the counter of Buddha Air at Janakpur Airport after his flight was delayed by more than 3 hours on Monday. The Rashtriya Janata Party Nepal lawmaker was arrested from the Tribhuvan International Airport on Tuesday and sent to Janakpur the same day, immediately after the District Police Office of Dhanusha issued an arrest warrant. Chief of the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal in Janakpur, Santosh Thakal, had filed a complaint against Shah for vandalism and abruption of air service. This is Abhyuday Shrestha for Kantipur News Desk.
And those were our latest headlines. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KDVSD. Good day.